I thought jeans and a decent jacket was making an effort, until I moved to Japan. From my first days here, I noticed something. Every man on the train commuted in a suit, in a way I'd never seen back home in Germany. Since then, I've spent years in this country. I've been to ceremonies and festivities where everyone shows up dressed with real intention. I have had suits, jackets and trousers made for me by local tailors with an attention to detail that borders on obsessive. I've hunted through second-hand racks and found Western and Japanese pieces in near-perfect condition, cared for in a way I'd never seen back home. As a German, I grew up believing that dressing well was about personal taste, comfort, self-expression, being yourself. In Japan, it often looks like the opposite. Rules, restraint, convention, even perfection. So is it really that simple? Individuality versus strict rules? Or is something else going on entirely? After years here, I don't think it's about rules at all. It's about who you're dressing for. When I dressed in a suit for a dinner with my Japanese family, a family member of mine told me, "You're wearing a suit. Bravo. You completely understood Japanese culture. In the West, and especially where I'm from, we aren't taught to dress for anyone. Usually you can pick whatever you like and that becomes your style. Your own comfort and self-expression come first, however individual you want to be seen by the world. In Japan, the calculation is different. Culturally, you have to consider others whenever you leave your private room. You dress for the room, for the occasion, for the people standing next to you. Whether you have a client meeting or you are attending a child's ceremony, dressing well is a mark of respect to other people and the setting, not just personal comfort. Take cologne, for instance. In the West, you wear cologne to make a statement that you are around. In Japan, you skip it, so as not to be noticed by a strong smell. So now, before I get dressed for anything here, I follow one rule. When in doubt, dress up, not down. No one in Japan will fault you for making an effort, but being underdressed reads as not having considered the room at all. But there's more to it than just who you are dressing for. In the West, we tend to think of obligation as a burden. Making an effort for an occasion, thinking about what's appropriate rather than what's comfortable. That sounds like the opposite of freedom. But in Japan, the same effort seems to be a genuine pleasure, not a burden at all. You can see it in the numbers, so to speak. There's an enormous demand in Japan for custom-made clothing, for premium and luxury fabrics from abroad. Nobody is forced to commission a bespoke suit or seek out the finest cloth available. That's not obligation. That's enthusiasm. Thinking of others dressing for the occasion seems to be a pleasure in itself, not a rule people are grudgingly following. But that doesn't mean individuality disappears. It just moves somewhere else. There's an extraordinary number of local tailors, almost one in every neighborhood, offering the best English, Italian and Japanese fabrics you can find. The typical business dress code is fixed, navy, gray or black, and nothing else. But within that frame, there's real room to play. In textures, weaves, ties, pocket squares, the small details that make a suit personal rather than generic. And step outside the corporate world entirely and you'll see Japanese men wearing suits in every shade imaginable. Not because a company requires it, but because they want to dress well. That's the shift I'd want anyone watching this to make. Not, I have to dress up for the occasion, but I get to dress up and this makes me feel good in my skin and around others. And nowhere did that shift feel more real to me than the first time I sat down with a tailor here. When I sit down with my tailors, I'm always fascinated by their tireless effort and enthusiasm to guide me through the process. The level of consultation and craftsmanship have always been outstanding. With so many tailor options in Japan, I was skeptical at first whether I'd find the one I wanted to keep working with. But not one of the ones I tried ever disappointed me. From getting measured, to choosing and touching the fabrics, to picking up the finished garments, I always felt welcomed and excited. It was also fascinating to ask them which fabrics their customers choose most often, and as you can guess, it is navy. And even though I'm not talking about the most expensive bespoke and luxury houses here, I felt my local tailors were as premium as it gets. In Germany, you either get cheap ready-to-wear clothes in department stores, or the other extreme, the most expensive bespoke. In Japan, the men's dress industry seems far more inclusive, appreciative of good dress for everyone. The customer is made to feel valued, and that adds to the experience of dressing well even before you put on your new clothes. If you don't have the chance to experience Japanese tailoring, find local tailors in your town. It doesn't need to be the most expensive bespoke. It can be a made-to-measure service at a much lower price with still excellent quality that will last decades. Dressing well isn't really about what social class you're in. It's 2026. It's about how much you're willing to invest within your means. Japan is proof that this is meant for everyone, not just the wealthy. So back to that question, individuality versus strict rules. I don't think that's really it anymore. I still remember thinking that jeans and a decent jacket was making an effort. Now when I put on a suit I had made for me, cut exactly to how I want to look and live in it, that's not obligation. That's what Japan showed me. That dressing well goes far deeper than the surface. It's what happens when you stop asking, do I have to? And start asking, do I get to? That's the real reason Japanese men dress so well. It's more than rules and conformity. They found a way to make consideration for others feel like a pleasure for themselves. And once you felt that, it's hard to go back to just jeans and a jacket. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.